everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to different book nerd problems. Most people who are watching this video will most likely understand all the things that I am talking about, some of them at least. I'm just going to be reading off some and then I'm going to be saying them, I guess. Yeah, I mean there's not much to it. I'm just going to be reading them and I'm going to be reacting to them. When you read a line that is so well written, you just close the book and stare at the wall for a minute. Particularly when I'm reading a book that is probably from my favorite author. I never close the book, but I do look at it. I'll just be reading and I'll stop and I'll most likely reread it like 20 times before I continue the book. I love rereading parts of books that are really good. Definitely more with my favorite authors. I have a bunch of favorite authors. I mean, I can't really elaborate too much on this one, but I have done this. I have done this, and it's something that a lot of people who don't read won't understand. It's kind of funny though, because you'll stop and then you'll just look up and you'll be like, and people around you will look at you and they'll be like, hey. When not one but two or more of your favorite characters all die within the same book. Oh my gosh. You guys, okay. First of all, I know there are so many books that have done this, and there's so many that just didn't. So first off, when I'm reading a book and I'm invested in it and I love the characters, what usually happens is that one of the character dies or more, and then I'm just, you know, it's terrible. But then I realized something. I realized this character is either going to get resurrected somehow or he didn't actually die. Like, I feel like that's something that happens way too often, and like that maybe the author is too scared to kill off the character because the fans will probably flip out, which is true, but I think it would be a change to see a character actually stay dead. I just feel like they don't actually commit to it like too often. I feel like they kill off somebody and then they're like, oh my gosh, what did I do? And they bring them back in the next book, or they didn't actually die, or they don't do it at all. Like, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when something like that happens, I feel like it's very underwhelming. It's kind of annoying to me. Like, it's like you're reading and like there's this epic battle at the end, and that seems to happen a lot. Epic battles tend to happen, I feel, in fantasy books. Which I read a lot of fantasy, and they just tend to have a giant epic war at the end, and then after like somebody dies, they come back and it's all happy and you're supposed to be like, oh, I'm so glad, but then you're like, wait, what happens after? Like, there's nothing that happens after, and you don't get to see it. And then when it does, like when they do like a novella and they tell you what happened, it sucks. This kind of happened with me and Court of Thorns and Roses, because I'm not sure if you guys know, but I absolutely love Sarah J. Maas. Hey, stop it. I absolutely love Sarah J. Maas and A Court of Thorns and Roses and Throne of Glass. This definitely happened to me. I was reading A Court of Wings and Ruin, and oh gosh, I can't say that. This definitely happened to me in A Court of Wings and Ruin when something happened to somebody that I loved at the very end, and then Sarah J. Maas just flipped it around and made it very underwhelming, the ending. And then I was like, oh, well, at least I want to know what happens to them after all this happened. And then out comes A Court of Frost and Starlight, and we're just like, okay, yay, this is gonna be so great because there's just gonna be no troubles in their life and it's gonna be great. And then, okay, yeah, it was pretty okay to see them in their like life after all the troubles have passed. But first of all, there was no plot, I feel like, and second of all, the characters, I feel like, changed too much. Like, they didn't seem like the same characters that I remembered from A Court of Thorns and Roses. I just feel like they were changed. I don't know. It's weird to explain, but I don't know. It just went downhill from there and I didn't like it anymore. But I need to get off this track of my rant right now. That's over. We're just gonna move on. That was my dog shaking off. Look at his cute sweater. Harley, come here. Harley, come here. Come here, come here. She's matching. They're matching. I wanted to show you. Okay, stop it. I didn't mean for you to lick my face off. Finishing a book in a series and having no idea what to do with yourself while waiting to get the next book. Okay. This has happened to me multiple times, and Actually, all of the times were with Sarah J. Maas. I'm just gonna tell you guys. It happened when I was reading A Court of Thorns and Roses, and Agatha Fast came out. A little a little underwhelming, but you know, okay, no, a lot of underwhelming. And it's happening to me right now with Kingdom of Ash because it's out and I don't have it, and I'm supposed to get it soon, and I will get it soon. Just getting so annoyed not having it while I know other people are reading it, and you know, my Throne of Glass, you know, it's all sitting up there and I'm waiting and I just can't, and I realize like, oh, it's just annoying. It's just so annoying. And this is definitely a problem. This is definitely a problem. Oh, it's so annoying. When you fall for a minor character and then you have to wait for them to appear again. Yes, yes. Oh my gosh, this happened to me so often. Okay, let me just think of an example. Okay, wait, no, I don't have to think about it. I know this one. An example of this would definitely have to be from Daughters of Milk and Bone. And I'm not sure how many people have actually read that trilogy, but I absolutely loved it. I mean, I'm not done with it, but I absolutely love it so far. And I'm almost, like, I'm nearly done with it. One minor character that I fell for, actually two, were Mick and Susanna because, come on, they're just the cutest couple, and they're so sweet, and I just love their personalities. Like, Susanna is so out there, and Mick is just super cute and sweet, and he's actually one of my favorite, like, male characters, like, male minor characters in any book that I've really read, because they're not super flat, you know? Like, I feel like, with minor characters, they tend to be super flat in some books, but in Milk and Bone, I feel like they're actually not. I feel like they're really rounded. It just sucks because I'm pretty sure they don't appear again till the second book halfway through, or maybe more. They're not the main characters, but they are minor characters, and I guess they show up quite often, but it still sucks not having them around all the time. Losing your bookmark in your sheets while reading in bed. When I do, I always lose my bookmark in the sheet, and it sucks because you're reading and then you're done and then you're like, oh crap, where's my bookmark? This tends to happen to me not too often, but sometimes, so I do understand this one as well, but I don't have this problem all the time considering that I don't read on the bed a lot. The urge to shout, "Troll in the dungeon!" in every place full of quiet people. You know, I never thought about that before, but that is the perfect opportunity to yell that, and that seems like something that I would never do personally because I don't like to speak in a room of quiet people because it's like, ooh, like it's super quiet. Like, have you ever been talking to somebody in a room and like everybody's talking in the same room, and then all of a sudden you're the only one talking and you go, and you start whispering, and then you're like, oh yeah, and blah 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 blah, and then you turn into like a live ASMR. So yeah, that happens a lot actually, but that is really fun. If I ever got the courage to do it, I probably would. So yes, I like this one. When you read a book and the character has a dialect, so in your head you speak with that dialect too. No, not really. Okay, when I was younger and I was reading Harry Potter, I used to try to speak in a British accent, or, you know, whatever they are. I'm pretty sure they're from London? I have no clue what the difference between all those accents are. It's all English, but I don't know what the difference is between like Scottish and Irish or Australian and British. I feel like they're absolutely the same. Maybe it's like the tiniest differences, but I just don't notice. But when I was little, I did try to do that, so that's something. I need to stop buying books. Oh look, a book sale. If I have money, yes. Yeah, you know, if you're like walking in the mall or in like I don't know what it's called, but like when there's a bunch of shops lined up in a row and you can just like walk along them and like it's, I don't know how to say it, but it's like a villa or something? What? I don't know, probably. And then you like walk by a book sale and then you're like, ooh, yes. Or like you walk by a big bookstore and you're like, I gotta go in. And then they're selling things for 50% off. And then you're like, yes, I have to buy all these books now. And then you're like, I don't have enough money. And then you're like, can I put these on hold? And then they're like, no. And then you're like, well, okay. I just need to go make a quick trip to the bank. I'll be right back. That sort of thing, you know? I feel like that is something that I definitely have in common. Alright guys, well I can't find any more book nerd problems that I can like read off of my phone. Maybe I can make a part 2 to this video if you guys like it. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, hit that like button, all of that stuff. I'm pretty sure I already said like, so like if you can double like, that would be cool. Tell your best friends who like to read. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Bye guys.